So I got a very interesting comment, and of course, this comment went into their views because of the kind of words which were being used. But I think it's an interesting comment, and we should talk about it. Your channel became from being guiding people who want to land in Germany to one bashing India on regular basis. No one should be hating the country this much. Now, again, what I think this person does not understand is that I'm always talking about the specific issues, and I'm not like bashing the country as a whole. I was born there, my parents lived there, my grandparents lived there, everybody else like from my family like lives there other than my younger brother. So doesn't bring me anything, nah? It doesn't solve a purpose. Like bashing a vague theme or like a vague topic or something, that is not going to help you solve any kind of problems. But if you talk about the specific things, if you talk about some of the social problems that you see, if you talk about some of the educational problems that you see, then that's something worth criticizing, because once you criticize it, you have the opportunity of changing it. So I never bashed India as a country ever. I've always talked about the specific problems. I've always talked about the things that can be improved. And I think like I have the complete right to do that. I'm entitled to my words. I'm entitled to whatever opinions I have. No? And if people are getting some kind of value out of it, I don't see a problem. I understand that there is job crisis, but that job crisis is not because of the IIT cult. It's because good people leave India and go for research abroad. So you're not solving the problem, but only adding to it and becoming a part of it. So this is such an interesting comment. I just don't know like where this guy is getting the logics from. But job crisis in India is not because of the IIT cult, but because people decide to leave. That's why the job crisis is there. That's why the companies only want to hire the people from tier 1 colleges, or that's why people at all have vacancies sometimes. You have no idea on a daily basis how many people I have to speak to, because like I have my appointments from 4 o'clock in the evening till 8 o'clock. And I have to talk to students who tell me that they are looking for a job for a year and they are still not able to find a job in India. And many of those students, when they afterwards come to Germany or something, because I'm doing Bharat in Germany since 2017. There have been batches of students who talked to me at that time, got guidance from me, and are now working in Germany right now already. And they tell me about their life now. It's a day and night difference. And I see the problem not getting solved in India. I see the problem just it's perpetuating over and over again. The job crisis is definitely not because of the people who are leaving abroad at all. It's because there are no vacancies available. There are no good job positions available. There are not people hiring other students and freshers from colleges outside the tier 1 colleges in India. That's the problem, and that's why people decide to leave. Not because people leave and that's why the job crisis occurs. My God. An employer prefer student from tier 1 college, then it's not the fault of tier 1 college, it's the fault of tier 3 colleges. That's why they are seen much poor and incompetent in their teaching methods, and it can't be compared to tier 1 colleges at all. So this is definitely not because the way examinations are conducted in India, right? Because that has no purpose at all. That does not affect anything. And it also does not depend on the guidelines given by AICTE or UGC on how examinations are supposed to be conducted, or what kind of evaluation methods you're supposed to use when you're writing the exams, your semester exams in the university. Nope, it's not because of that. It's because the tier 1 colleges are teaching better and tier 3 colleges are teaching worse. I can tell you one thing. We had a lot of professors even in our university who were very good at what they did. They were really smart, they were very hardworking, and they were always happy to help students. And then there were also professors who absolutely couldn't care less of what kind of problems you're having and if they want to help out or not. And then there were another set of professors who were not so much interested in teaching you in the class or something. They would give you specific topics to read about. But when you would have problems or something, these were the cool professors, because they would help you out if you have any kind of problems whatsoever. And you would have all sorts of people, and you will have exactly the same kind of people also in your NITs, in your IITs. You have the spectrum of people everywhere, and it does not depend on the college. It just is the human personality, right? Some people are good at teaching, some people are bad at teaching, and you will find the same thing in IITs, in NITs, in state government universities, and colleges. So This is also an absolute nonsense that like the teaching and stuff is like seen as poor. Like, how about we fix the evaluation part? How about we fix how we evaluate the students? How about it is not just written exams and some like absolutely boring external viva and things like that where the person cannot wait to leave? I mean, how about that? And then it is not the fault of tier 1 colleges that employers prefer students from tier 1 colleges. So I think anybody who subscribes to the idea that this is tier 1, like this guy saying tier 1 college right now also just means that everybody in tier 1 college is absolutely great and everybody in tier 3 college is absolutely worse. That's not the point at all. Like, that's a very socialistic point of view, that like everybody who is in this like particular group of people, they are going to be same. But what you have to keep in mind is you have to think about all of these things at a very individual level. How capable is that person in specific things? But the point is that person never even gets the chance for it, because when you take a look at the job descriptions, now I do not want to blend in the job descriptions that I saw on LinkedIn for legal reasons, but you can go to your LinkedIn feed. You can see how many recruiters are only asking for tier 1 freshers, tier 1 graduates, and how many times you have seen that. So what should everybody else do? What should the people from tier 3 colleges do? Do they not deserve a right to build a good life for themselves? Like, should they not be applying to even like, companies like these? So I don't see the sense of it at all. That doesn't mean students from tier 3 colleges cannot make big. Many actually do, but obviously unless teaching and engineering standards in tier 3 colleges are not improved, there will always be such differences in society for tier 1 and tier 3 colleges. The thing is, like, all of this can also be very easily regulated by taking like teacher trainings. And I know my father is a professor, and I remember that they had to like attend some kind of like refreshers course and things like that, so that they understand like what are the current teaching norms and how you can teach the students better. But like, that has to be regulated from the government side too. Like, you cannot just hope that there are so many colleges and nobody is actually like regulating them. And also saying that again, like everybody in tier 3 colleges, every professor that you have in tier 3 colleges is just stupid, is also absolute nonsense. I don't believe that. And I think that's a bad way to think about things. I agree, however, with the point you made about job preparation. Nobody should waste that many precious years for just preparation rather than doing something creative, but then it's always a personal choice. So I was having a job podcast interview. So it's a Jobs in Germany podcast that I launched. So I was having an interview with a person there, and this person like tried for UPSC for 4.5 years, and this person like went into interview 2 times. And like, for this person, of course, there was a reason why he was trying over and over again, because if you feel like you've gone to the interview once, maybe you can get there again, right? But think about it. Like, is 5 years of your life really worth it? So if you really think about it, the time till which you can really enjoy your life, that just like goes from like 20 years of age to like 40 or something. I think these are the 20 years you have. Now from these 20 years, if you're wasting 5 years of your life in preparing for an exam or something, and then you have to get married, and then you have to start a family or something, what amount of life do you have left for yourself where you can really live for yourself? Not much, because 25% of the normal youth you have essentially like wasted in just preparation. And that is a phase of your life where even when you want to go out, when you want to meet friends, when you want to, I don't know, like just do the normal like young people things that people do everywhere else outside India, China, Japan, like all of these countries where like this kind of education system is there, like you don't do it. And you have so many less memories of those times with you. So this is the reason, like I'm very happy. I'm telling you, I almost was in this trap of coaching preparations and things like that. Why? Again, like my father also has his circle of friends, and everybody else talks about GATE, everybody else talks about government exams. This person got there, this person got there, and so on. And of course, like there used to be times where we would have a discussion where we would say, okay, like maybe you can try doing this, you can try like applying for this government job or something. But the good thing was like he was always supportive. So when I see that, hey, like this is the limit, like we don't want to have a discussion after this point, we wouldn't have a discussion after this point. And like this was very positive, because if I would have had parents who would have forced me or something into doing something, that would have not turned out that well, right? And like you also have then a lot of resentment against your parents, but I fortunately don't have any of that. So in my BTech third year, I started taking this gate coaching from Made Easy. There was this coaching institute in New Delhi, and we used to go from Sonipat to New Delhi, and I think it would take around 2 hours or something with bus till the time like we reached there. And like we used to like have our classes and stuff on the weekends, and it was just again such a nightmare because it reminded me one to one of the times when I used to like take taxi with my friends or sometimes use the public train or something from Kurukshetra. Used to go to New Delhi for my coaching classes in 11th and 12th. I was like, this cannot be real. When I went inside into this Made Easy, like these coaching classes and stuff, I see seas of people just like sitting in the room, like 100 people, 200 people in one single room, everybody hoping to like clear this particular exam. And there would be batches after batches for this. There would be classes from 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening. And I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, I think I and my friend, there was my roommate, like we went to the coaching for 1 month and they were like, nope, we are not doing it. We pay the fee and everything. I think the fee was 80,000 Indian rupees or something, 80 or 90,000, something like that. But then we're like, nope, we are not doing it at all. Like, we are leaving it. And okay, like that's money wasted, but we learned something. And what we learned was that, hey, like this is definitely not something for us. So then we decided now it is time to like move abroad and like, try applying for universities and things like that. And it worked out pretty well. I'm very happy. And I really do not miss those times. I do not, and I'm definitely not looking forward to ever being in a situation where I have to like go to coaching again and like prepare for some kind of government exam or something. Like that would be the absolute last thing in my life that I would be doing. Absolute last. It's not a nice experience for anybody. You have a very limited time in your life. I'm telling you right now, when you're young, you feel like every single morning you wake up, you will have infinite time ahead of you. But soon comes a day when you realize, okay, I don't have so much time in front of me now because I'm getting older or I have reached this age. I only have this many years left. There comes a stage in your life where the time ahead of you is less than the time behind you. And then you start thinking about all of these decisions. And that's why I'm saying, like, when you are making these kind of decisions, keep in mind that times like those come. And at those times, you need to have some good memories, some good experiences that you have done, and not this job preparation or something. Really, like this government job preparations and stuff, I don't see the sense of it. These days, I have nightmares. I'm 26 right now. I will turn 27 on 1st January 2022. And there's still like 3 months to go, 4 months to go, but I still have nightmares that like I haven't accomplished enough in my life. I haven't done enough things in my life. And when you start waking up every single morning thinking that way, then you start understanding that like you essentially don't really have so much time. So whatever you want to do in your life, you have to get it done and you have to start working on it because you don't have infinite time in your life. This is also the reason why anybody who asks me like, why do I like have paid appointments and stuff, and I'm like, time is something that you can never get back. Once you spend it, you're never getting that piece of time back. Money is something you can earn back. There's unlimited money on the planet essentially, but there's only finite time in every single person's life. So use it well, get out of your comfort zone, build a good life for yourself, and then maybe we all have lesser regrets later on in life. All the best.